Hello people, I'm the Comic Book Gamer, and today I'm going to be talking about the Arrow Season 2 finale and everything. So first off, if you haven't seen the episode, go to the CW site and watch it because it's free, and I'm going to be spoiling stuff in it. So yeah, just go watch it if you haven't seen it. You can watch it free on the CW site. Anyways, now I guess I'll talk about Deathstroke first, since I'm a huge Deathstroke fan. I'm just gonna talk about Deathstroke first. Like, some stuff that happened, I'm not as mad as like you might think I would be, since I'm a huge Deathstroke fan. The reason for that being is because ever since the beginning, ever since I first saw Slade Wilson, I knew this isn't the traditional from the comics Deathstroke that I really want. This isn't the Deathstroke that I really love, and then it's a different take on him, which I'm more fine with live action, because make him Australian, make him Wintergreen evil, making him lose his eye from Oliver, all this different stuff. I'm more fine with it with live action films and TV shows, because like, you expect a different take. They're not going to do the whole true to the comics thing when it comes to them. To where with animation, you expect more of a comic book form, so that's why I'm more critical on animated films when it comes to, hey, you didn't follow this from the comics, than I am with live action stuff, because otherwise I would have hated the Dark Knight series, because, you got a way different Bane and a way different Joker than from the comics. So, but yeah, that's because it's a different take on it. It's not the same, it's a different take on the character. It's not like the same comic book character. So that being said, and getting that out of the way, Manu Bennett, as always, completely kills it as Slade. He's just amazing. That was the main reason that I was fine with him being Australian from the very beginning, was because of Manu Bennett. Otherwise, I would have been like, what? No. But because of Manu Bennett, and he's such an awesome actor. He's so good. I know a bunch of people think of CW actors, and you think that aren't these like graduated Disney Channel people? No, Manu Bennett is amazing as Deathstroke. He's so good. Now, I guess let's cover when, I think this is around when you first see Deathstroke in the episode, when they break into the tower to stop him, and Ravenger's there and everything. Ravager got really cut short, which I was sad. I wanted to see Ravager. I really wanted to, man, that sucked. Her, she gets taken out in about 2 seconds and then snaps her neck. I want to see a fight between Sarah, Ravager, and Nessa Al Ghul, I think her name is. If not, I'm going to just call her Nessa throughout this whole discussion. So yeah, and then Slade jumps out the window. I'm like, what? I wanted to see him like take everyone out, and then like have a sword at Oliver's throat and be like, we'll have our own fight later. Okay, that's a horrible impression, but you know what I mean. I want him just like have a sword at Oliver's throat and be like, yeah, we'll have our own one-on-one fight later when you don't bring all your buddies, and then just like run, then just go off. Especially, that'd be so cool if like he would have killed Nessa, and then you had this whole Deathstroke and the League of Assassins, like Ra's al Ghul, coming at him in a later season. It just would have been so cool. Deathstroke TV show. Yeah. So, but instead he jumps out a window. I was like, he beat Diggle, Black Canary, and Oliver in the Arrow Cave. Granted, they weren't there, all geared up and everything. In the Arrow Cave, like in a minute and like 20 seconds. At least that's how long the clip was, and now, even though there's like these League of Assassins people, it doesn't do anything. I was like, okay. The final fight between Oliver and Deathstroke was pretty cool. It was okay how they did the whole mashup between the island and the present, but I wish they would have done all present and like last episode done the whole island fight, because the present fight was pretty cool and I wanted to see more of it. And I really liked how they showed, he was cured and he was still like beating the crap out of Oliver. And you saw he didn't want to kill Oliver, because he could have. When he has him by the throat and he has a sword there and he's just like talking to him, he's like, maybe I'll be nice enough to let you watch your Cindy burn. He could have just ran him through with the sword like 50 times there, but you see, he didn't want to. They made Deathstroke like, he was too emotional to me. I get it, the Mirakuru, it drives you insane stuff, but this they made Deathstroke too emotional. I wished they would have kept him more of like the professional mercenary Instead, he got real emotional, like for the millionth time. He was just like, "You will know true loss, like I did when you killed Shadow, the woman I loved, but I said like 2 words to and just stared at from a distance." Yeah, that it was like, yeah, I know the Mirakuru guys are crazy, but you could have like stayed off of that a little bit. Yeah, the fight was really cool though. A lot of Sparta kicks, a lot of that. Deathstroke suit, of course. I don't think I ever really talked about it, but I love the Deathstroke suit. It's really cool. I love it because the original Billy Wintergreen / Slade suit on the island, I was like, it's just a mask. So when they first revealed this like 5 episodes ago or however many it was, it's a really cool suit. Let's see now the whole battle between Slade's army and the League of Assassins was so stupid. Like, they didn't take out one League of Assassins person. If they did, I didn't see it. Like, the battle was cool looking, but there were like no casualties on the League of Assassins side. They were all just like going through them, and a couple times during the fight they blocked them before they cured them. I was like, how do you block these super strength guys? That made no sense to me whatsoever. I just thought that was stupid. Like, no one do anything. Yeah, that was very stupid. The whole Amanda Waller bombing the city over like 30 super soldier guys was a little stupid. It's like, really? This isn't like you know, they take down the city, they're going after the rest of the world now. It's not like that. You don't need to nuke the city. I thought that was pretty stupid. But oh my gosh, every time Amanda Waller comes on screen, this actress is horrible. Maybe in other shows she's good, but in Arrow as Amanda Waller, she is atrocious. Oh my gosh, I cringe every time she comes on screen because it's like, oh gosh, not her again. She's so bad. It's like just so bad. Ah man. Then the whole Diggle's got a son thing, that kind of seemed to me just so they could show that like Amanda Waller knows everything. That seemed like the only reason they brought that up, and for like another storyline later. Speaking of storylines, this episode had too many of them. Too many storylines. Like, it should have just been the whole Arrow going after Deathstroke. Instead, you had the whole Thea and Roy thing. You had Thea and Merlin. You had Oliver going after Deathstroke. You had Diggle and his wife going after Amanda Waller. You just had too many storylines. You should have had the one, and the others you didn't really need to focus on. The bomb strike never should have happened because it was stupid. There was no reason for her to bomb the city. Like, no reason at all. Merlin and Thea, like, they covered that last episode, and they could have like covered all of it last episode instead of this. And like, that was stupid. Roy and Thea, you knew how that was gonna end. It was the same thing as before. Oh, I don't want you to go and be a badass hero. I want you to be with me. Like, instead, even though you have enough time to do both, like you were doing before when you lied to me about it. But that's the way Thea is, and Thea's just annoying. They didn't need Thea in the episode. Thea could have just been thrown out of the whole episode. I really could care less about Thea. They could just wiped her off the face of the planet, and I'd be like, okay, I'm fine. I don't really care what happens to her. I don't. Roy was awesome. I was so excited when I saw the preview and I saw him with a mask and a bow, and I was like, yes. And then he was firing arrows, and he was so awesome. And Colton Haynes, the actor who plays Roy Harper, stepped it up acting-wise to me, because his whole episode when they were hunting him and he was like, you know, non-talking, like, even though it's not talking, he didn't do too great, like, acting-wise, like, being all mad. This episode, he did really good, like, better than he's ever done before. He did really good. I guess if we're talking acting for all the actors, of course, Stephen Amell he kills it. Manu Bennett's the best out of all of them. Sarah's okay, like she always is. She's okay. I think I'm going to cover that later when I do the whole, Season 2. Like, I want to do a video all about Season 2. I know a bunch of people love Sarah, but I'm going to talk about that later when I do a whole Season 2 thing. I don't hate her. She's a good character. trying to think of what else we have for season 2 for this finale. I like season 1 finale better. Season 1 finale was awesome. This one was just good, in my opinion. That's mainly because of my whole being a Deathstroke fan and how he took him down. Like, I wanted them to take a page from Green Arrow Road to Jericho, which is like my favorite one. It has one of my favorite Deathstroke fights of all time, and Judd Winnick did amazing. It's where it's where Deathstroke and Green Arrow are fighting. Well, Deathstroke and Black Canary are fighting. Green Arrow and Black Canary fighting Deathstroke, and they're fighting, and then like he's kicking the crap out of him, Deathstroke, and then Oliver's like, "That's it. Any plan you have, he knows. You have to go off complete instinct. You can't even know what you're doing." So Oliver like just throws like 5 explosive arrows to where it could kill all of them, take down the building, and like everyone's like, "Whoa, no one was expecting that." And he's like, and Black Canary's like, "If there's a plan, I would want to know." And Oliver's like, "That's it. If you have a plan, Slade knows. It's the best strategist in the world. He knows what you're gonna do. So you can't even know what you're gonna do." And that's what I would have liked to seen here, but instead they're like, you have to outthink him. It's like, you can't outthink Deathstroke. But I was fine. The reason I was more fine with him being because if there was anyone in the DC universe without powers that I had to choose to beat Deathstroke, it would be Green Arrow, because to me, he has the best chance. Second would be Nightwing. But to me, Green Arrow has the best chance purely because of Road to Jericho and everything, and he's been trained by the same guy who trained Deathstroke. Because Oliver knows that you can't have a plan because Deathstroke knows it. Now, I'm not saying he would beat Deathstroke, no. Like, they'd have to fight like 1,000,000 times for him to win maybe one. But he has the best chance of any of the heroes to me, and how they did it. I'm glad they didn't kill him. I knew they weren't going to kill him from the very beginning of the episode, because I was like, oh, this is a complete conclusion to the whole thing. Even though he killed his mother, this is a complete conclusion to the beginning of season 2, where he's like, I'm not going to kill, I'm a hero. Draw. I liked how they showed he wasn't like, earlier he's like, killing's wrong, I'm a murderer and stuff. I'm like, no, if you're killing really bad guys that murder and rape people, you're not a murderer. I liked how he showed that killing isn't wrong in this. Just, you know, you should leave it up to the justice system. He's a hero to make himself look more like a hero. Because when he was on the island, he's like, I was a killer when I needed to be a killer. I need to kill people on the island. I had to survive. Slade, you helped me do that. I thought that was good how they did that. I really liked that. Instead of just being like, killing's bad, evil. You kill a complete murderer, rapist, and you're evil. You're a murderer. It's like, what the f. I liked how they showed that. Man, this video is 13 minutes long already. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna do a season 2 video, maybe like in parts, maybe like 2 or 3 parts of like reviewing season 2 and like comparing it to season 1. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do that soon. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and yeah, overall I'd have to give this episode like a 7.5, maybe an 8. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get to cover everything. It's just I'm already like almost 14 minutes long in this video. I don't want to drag it on. So yeah, thanks for watching.